as we know, ancient works by Plato and Thucydides and Cicero and Tacitus and the Bible. More recent works, or at least more recent to John Adams in the late 18th century, from Cervantes and Jonathan Swift and Voltaire and Adam Smith, Mary Wollstonecraft. And that explains, of course, why he amassed such a large library of books, and of course, why at the end of his life he didn't keep those books for himself or his family, but donated them for the public good. Can a collection of books serve the public good? John Adams believes so, and I believe so. And probably most of beloved brothers and sisters, he doesn't take none of your smooth, polite, college-learnt gentlemen, but a plain, natural, ram's horn sort of man, like me. Democratization occurred in social relations as well. We get this because the comments and writings from upper-class Europeans who came and traveled and toured in the United States in the early 19th century, in those decades after the Constitution was written. And usually in their writings, they were very taken aback by how ordinary Americans engaged them and related to these European aristocrats from, the better classes. Now, understand, European aristocrats were very used to a society where other people served them, and in which they had social etiquette rules. Lower class people would not speak unless they first were spoken to, and lower class people automatically deferred and showed public respect to somebody with more authority and status. And actually we had a lot of that in the colonial era in America. It came through because the Americans were in some ways transplanting European culture and society and rank and deference in the United States. Well, it was before colonial era, before it was the United States. But see, once we hit the Revolution and the Constitution, all these forces started changing. That started to break all of that down. It actually broke it down really pretty quickly. And so European travelers were actually shocked and appalled to find how things worked in the United States. They'd go into steamboat dining rooms and taverns, and everyone sat at common tables, literally rubbing shoulders with one another, and then sharing common food passed around to one another. Coaches, and then later on railroad cars, only had one class of seats available, which were taken on a first come, first served basis, which is kind of how we do things today, like right here, right? First come, first served, wherever it is that you're sitting. One European visitor explained in a rather aghast tone that, quote, the rich and the poor, the educated and the ignorant, the polite and the vulgar, all herd on the cabin floor, feed at the same table, sit on each other's laps, as it were. Very bothersome. Imagine what it must have been like for Louis Philippe. Now, this is the Duke of Orleans in France, who later on will become citizen king of France. He is one of the highest aristocrats in France. He toured the United States, and he was traveling down the Mississippi River on a boat, and this keelboat ran aground. And so there is Louis Philippe, and I'm sure his entourage there on this boat that is run aground, and the captain calls down to him, and he says, "You kings down there, show yourselves and do a man's work and help us three spots pull off this bar." Three spot was a reference to a deck of cards, 3 of clubs or 3 of diamonds. He's just saying, yeah, come on, get out and push. I don't know what happened. The reference I got. I just wish I were there. See how he reacted. I don't know. Did he get out and help push that keelboat off the sandbar? I don't know. But obviously, the future citizen king of France was shocked and appalled by this form of democratization. Of course, the place where democratization came out most obviously was in politics. Many ordinary Americans wanted politicians who were plain, natural, ram's horn sort of people like them.